Is that anything like Roadhead?
Well, we're also live, so just in the same time that Todd showed up, it's a good time to do so.
Marco says we're live right after I say, is Dragon Head anything like Roadhead? Good job. Timing all around.
Kudos, everyone.
For the teenagers.
Good job, everybody. Especially me.
2 Anixia bags.
I pride myself on my timing, yes.
You're fired, Ron.
We had the priest helm and the warrior helm, which we hadn't seen in a long time. Still no hunter helms.
Way to blow it.
I have seen 2 hunter items between all of my Anixia and Molten Core ing, which I've only done Molten Core 3 times, I think. 3 times. It's just every other week. I see 2 pieces of hunter gear. Sad.
That's a lie, Todd. Everything is hunter gear. We know this.
Everything is hunter gear. Well, every weapon is a hunter weapon now. I don't know about. I tried to get the brutality blade. I haven't rolled higher than, I didn't roll higher than 12 last week.
If you're brave enough.
Yeah. I think I rolled like a 3, a 9, and a 12. It's like channeling you guys during the raid.
Hey, you guys.
You remember Daniel from high school, right, Josh? Tall, gangly guy.
Okay, that one. I'm forgetting his last name, but yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was like 1 year older than us. He was very
Yeah, I know exactly who you mean.
Yeah. He was extremely... I do my Mecha Shiva.
Yeah.
Because that's what he looked like. He claims to have known a guy who killed a deer with a knife. Which sounds like exactly the kind of either truth or lie that Daniel would tell.
Yeah.
Whether that's true or false, it sounds like something he would say.
Yeah.
Yep. He claimed that the guy like was in a tree and just like Rambo'd out of the tree onto the back of the deer and slit its throat.
Yeah, to what end?
Venison. To that end.
No, I mean, like, why was he in a tree with just a knife?
Oh,
like,
I have no idea.
I'm interested in the prologue to this. Like,
middle of the field.
Wait, so he didn't get pulled over as much?
Well, he got
approached.
Yes.
Yeah.
But by a police car, like not a policeman on foot. But like, he was in the middle of the field. He had the tailgate down, and he was shooting. He was laying in the bed of the truck and shooting groundhogs. And a police car pulled up alongside him and rolled down the window and said, "You're not allowed to fire a firearm from a motor vehicle." And then rolled the window and drove off.
He should have just answered something like, "Joke's on you, this car has no motor," and just showed that there was no engine under the hood.
It's definitely not a vehicle.
Right. This doesn't even meet the dictionary definition of a motor vehicle.
Yeah, this is not motile at all.
The head cop just rolled up the window and played the "Have Gun Will Travel" song and just drove off. That's all he did. It was a Western in the 50s.
Back in your day.
Back in the before times.
When you were a young man. Yeah,
I was a young warthog.
My mom spent some time in France in the 60s, and of course, going to France in the 60s was sort of exotic, you know. Being in France and going to America in the 60s was sort of like going to the moon. So a lot of the folks that she met up with, you know, these were working class French people. and they did not know anything about America. And so she told them that she was from Virginia. And the only thing that they knew about Virginia was that there was a Western on at that time called the Virginian. And so they assumed that she like lived in a log cabin on the prairie and like rode horses.
In their defense, I've been living in this country for 10 years and I still don't know absolutely anything about America.
Well, you also have the weirdest friends. So...
Do they live in a log cabin? Not most of them.
Not exclusively. I can say with confidence, some of them don't.
I do. Yeah.
All right.
I know one guy who does data visualization and another guy who builds rifles in his garage.
Rebuilds rifles.
Well, no, my new one is going to be a full build. Have I showed you?
Is this the one with the filigree?
It's kind of endearing that you guys think you are my weird friends.
It is really weird to me to imagine that I am not someone's weirdest friend.
You do understand that I am a physicist, right? Like,
Well, that's true. Yeah.
You're an odd bunch.
So this is my new rifle bits, which is just a box full of rifle parts that I bought from one of our curators. They're just like chunks of brass that are roughly piece shaped. And then you file them the rest of the way. And yeah, carve the stock, inlet the barrel, whole 9 yards. The hardest part with this build is that I have to dovetail. I have to cut 5 dovetails into steel. And I've never dovetailed steel before.
With what? What is...
with a hacksaw and some files.
Oh, Steven, this is not.
And prayer.
Yeah, this is going to be an ordeal.
you're gonna explode. That's what.
Yeah.
There's no latent gunpowder. It doesn't just teleport
Right. It won't
in.
just blow up.
Well, no, it's gonna blow up when you fire it.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
It's going to fail catastrophically.
that's possible.
It's a swamped barrel, so it's wider at the back, and then it tapers to its thinnest point about 3/4, and then it flares again. So the interior diameter is consistent that whole length, but the exterior diameter is not. Which means that it's also really tricky to cut the dovetails, because one of the dovetails that you have to cut is at the thinnest part of the barrel. So,
Are we going to start playing, or should I go make another drink?
No, let's start.
Okay. Cool.
Todd is here.
Todd is here.
We have a quorum.
Whatever do you mean?
Everyone is in the app. So when...
Oh, God.
What?
That big.
Yes.
It's a very big thing.
Yes, it is.
I
mean,
so
we were told it was 60 feet tall, 60 feet tall, to be fair. So, you know.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
you guys, in a bout of quick thinking, took this microwave and porked it out the window into the street, where a 60-foot tall King Candy erupted from this microwave, and is now lying in the street.
So the good news is that I still have an apartment. So
does
that's,
King Candy wear pants?
Yes. Well,
thank God.
He has he's got tights, and he's got one of those. He's got like a long jerkin.
Oh, okay, all right. So we're covered.
To be fair, though, the other thing is that the king is made of candy, and his clothes are also made of candy. So we don't know that he's wearing pants as much as he might just the pants might just be part. Yeah, he might be made of pants. Yeah.
His legs look like pants.
Yeah.
Those may not be pants. Those might just be his leg deformities.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
All right. Let's kill him.
My opening hand is crap.
We tried like 10 whole minutes of
schmoozing, yeah.
Yeah, of schmoozing. It did not work.
Okay. So we're going to be, so this is slightly different. We're going to be operating at kind of a different scale because this guy is so enormous.
Sure.
So basically there are like 2 or 3 meaningful ranges. Since we don't have any, well, I guess Steven could potentially be shooting from like 2 spaces away, but basically there's adjacent, right? Which we are going to kind of fudge into being all roughly adjacent things.
Okay.
There is 1 space away, and then there is 2 spaces away.
Okay.
And these are kind of like the 3 regimes.
Right.
I don't know how much like you guys are going to try to move him through the streets.
Sure.
But in any case, these are the units that we're operating under.
Okay.
It'll be funnier if he dies in an intersection. That's all I'm saying.
It's true, but I don't know why. I'm so mad that I can come up with nothing to refute that.
But yes, it absolutely is true, and we should totally do that.
Make sure he dies in an intersection. All right.
Like these area.
So where Dave?
Sorry. Yes, we'll say.
Sorry, what?
No, so this area looks like a pretty big intersection between 2 major streets, so we should totally try to have him die there. That's my point.
That's
really
true.
So yeah, you guys are pretty much where Dave is.
Okay.
So this is where his apartment is. The like window has been blown out of it. And yeah, you guys are all pretty much starting there. Also, the rules about like occupying the same space don't really apply, given the scale of the spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm 1 space away, right? Currently.
Yeah, you're currently 1 space away. So everyone right now
is basically standing on top of Dave.
Is basically like in Dave's apartment. Like looking out of this shattered window, just like down into the street. Like,
problem.
Okay, so this is where we will begin.
Okay. Huzzah.
You know,
all right.
I'm glad I still have a house at least.
Yep,
that's true.
My opening hand is crap.
Not if the rest of us have anything to say about it.
Are you saying that you want to explode my house?
I'm just saying that, you know,
these things happen.
It's important to keep your options open.
Right. Proximal collateral damage is not unheard of with us.
Yeah, I mean, I am renting, so.
Oh, good. And I have excellent insurance through SLAB.
I am not committed to getting my safety deposit back.
We kind of wrote it off.
All right.
Yeah, I do not have 2,254 hit points.
Not with that attitude.
Not yet.
And I'm going to assume that my luck is back to 7.
Probably at 6 if you were at... Oh, no. You're right.
No, because the thing always spawns at 3 for, I don't know, reasons, I guess.
Well, did the thing with the king count as an encounter? The whole talk, chat? The escaping?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet, I'm back to 3 luck.
There were rolls in that.
I mean, I'm happy to knock it down to 6. I honestly didn't remember, so I was just assuming.
No, you're probably good.
All right. I have no skin in this game.
So you are in like a 4th floor apartment. If you want to leave that apartment, you're gonna have to get out of it.
Okay.
One way or another.
How How high off the ground is a fourth floor apartment? Like 40 feet?
Let's just say 35 feet.
So we're about like, we're about at the height of like the king's belly from here.
Yes.
Unfortunate.
Okay, the king appears to have been disoriented momentarily,
All right.
but he seems to be getting his bearings and like looking around at this point.
Is there a fire escape? There has to be a fire escape.
Yeah.
I'm taking the fire escape.
Okay, run out onto the fire escape.
Yep.
If you ask Dave where the fire escape he has no idea because he can fly, and he always figured that there was no need to actually.
Well, there's one external wall to the apartment, and it's on that.
Outstanding.
Dave is in the air.
So you want me to carry them out? Otherwise, I'll just fly up.
I have a cling speed. I'm going to just run down the side of the building.
Nice.
Happy on the
Hoofing it like
okay.
the old man I am.
Okay.
All right.
Everyone can
I want
fly
to
or
fly
has
up,
super
and I want to try to
speed.
knock them down.
Nothing.
I
with
can't
a
fly. I
burning
don't
tree.
have super speed. I can just run down the side of a building because of amazing mental powers.
I can fly and have super speed, so I can do both.
Much more impressive than anything I can do. I'm a wizard with only one spell.
Is the spell bullet?
Grew up on the bullet farm.
All right.
So, Merwin.
Yeah.
We're in the Merwin phase.
So-
If you guys are going straight to combat,
I assume I made it down
I
successfully.
mean, to be fair, maybe we should be trying.
you're on. So you're on the. So right now you are on the 4th floor fire escape.
Oh, that's all I got?
Yeah, that's where you are.
Okay. Can I see him from where I am?
He's a 60-foot tall man.
Yeah, but
He's
like I
in
didn't
the
know if there were
street.
buildings in the way or whatever.
No.
So I have a clear line of bang.
Yes.
Excellent. I will do that.
I'm imagining that
Okay.
one of us is yelling, "Your Majesty, you can't be here," and then he gets shot. It's like, okay.
What did you do to the dog?
All right, roll a thing, Steven.
Yep. Hang on. Torrential barrage. So I can make a reactive strike against any creature starting its activation within or entering the line before the start of your next activation. And this will be against expertise. And
And then all of a sudden, she ran out of the room and did zoomies.
hi-oh.
That's a pretty good start. Doesn't
Yeah.
get a lot better. Okay, so that is 35 damage.
Right out of the gate. 35, and then if he starts his activation or enters the line before the start of my next activation, I get a reactive strike against him. Which presumably will happen because he's enormous.
Okay.
Do you want me to
So-
draw a line on there?
No, we don't need to do that. You're kind of like blasting through him. All right.
So
David
does. Sorry, we're saying.
Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah. So the king sort of like he does not like that. You are still relatively close to him, so he can use this one. So he's gonna try to like grab at you,
Okay.
like swatting down at you. 13 versus your vitality defense.
That is a good question.
But one you should be prepared to answer.
Definitely that is a hit.
Okay. You take 29 damage
Oh my god.
as his hand kind of comes over and like just swats and like flattens you down onto this fire escape.
because you-
Suboptimal.
Just
So
because
you're
you can
shaking
go
on your
first.
next activation.
I'll
You're
feel that,
shaking
but-
on your next activation, assuming that you are not otherwise also shaken on your next activation.
that does. I am not shaken.
So after
Do you really have 54 life? That doesn't seem right to me.
Sorry, that's till I'm knocked out.
Okay,
I should put my shaken value in.
Yes.
Yeah.
right, which is 27. So you are shaken.
No,
No.
my shaken value is 30.
Oh, that yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, it's not dead. It's knocked out.
Okay,
I take a couple of fatigue.
just one
Just
one
one.
per attack.
Okay.
Uh,
Ow.
You have been healed dead for a
I'm
second.
sort of face down on the.
Okay.
So Dave just sprints out of the window and horizontally until he hit like the king, and then just starts going up vertically, like basically walking on the king's like belly and like walking up until he reaches until he's only on the king's shoulder. I'm gonna use these to do a bamboozling.
okay.
A bamboozling check. Does
You have bamboozled him.
Okay, it hath been bamboozled. And then yeah, I attack. I will use ringing blow.
Excellent.
I will reroll the
Looks like a
d20.
miss.
That's a d20 and not a d12.
That does matter.
Okay. How about
All right, most improved.
Yeah. How about a 24? Does that's no way that's a 20. Is it actually a 24?
That's
23.
good enough.
So yeah, he takes 16 damage, loses 1 action during his next activation. He is taunted and he is also bamboozled in a continued way.
Okay.
I will prepare an
Merwin,
action
you
to
can
gather
do your
courage.
reactive strike now. So it's just like a basic attack.
Sure. So this is I get since he's starting, I get to do that.
Right.
Okay. All right, and let's see. All right, basic attack.
That's a hit. So 25 damage.
Really? Excellent.
Yeah,
I
he's not that hard to hit. He's a very large man.
Yep.
Okay, so he loses
25.
one action on his next activation. All right. Courtney or Tim?
Also, I'm laying face down on the
I'm just gonna
fire
try to knock him
escape,
down.
and I just sort of point a revolver at him and pull the trigger.
Ow.
Out. Oh my god.
So I'm gonna
Hurts
use,
so bad.
I'm gonna use Burden of Faith,
dork.
and I will stand. Like I'll try to knock him down, and I'll try to stand up,
Bring them over
Merwin.
because I thought Farrah.
Okay.
That's not.
12 is
great.
not enough.
That's expertise.
Oh, for Burden of Faith? Okay, that does
I'll go ahead
hit.
and use my last.
That does hit.
Also, you should have regenerated some luck.
You
Yeah.
should have regenerated one luck
okay.
between encounters.
All right. Well, 13.
But if you want to knock him down, yeah, so you can stand Merwin up. If you want to,
Okay.
if you want to knock
I
him
will do
down,
that.
you have to also make an overpower check against him because he's enormous.
Oh wait, the target is each adjacent. Oh, is. All right. am I actually adjacent to anybody?
Nope.
No.
So I could only stand up. Why don't I stand up Merwin
Well,
and heal him with that attack instead?
You can't target the
Okay.
king with this
Knocking
attack,
the
though,
button.
right? He's not
I
adjacent.
could do either or because nobody's adjacent to anybody. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna heal Merwin.
But
Yeah,
then?
knock him
isn't
down
the
and
source
stand up
the source of
Merwin
this
and-
attack is you, right? Oh, you're moving. Okay.
Yeah, I'll heal Merwin instead for 13.
For 13? Thank you.
Yep.
And then I have 1 fatigue, which means 1 unhealable.
I too have 1 fatigue.
I also have 1 fatigue. Or sorry, I 3 have 1 fatigue. Grade school joke farm. Okay.
I was trying to mix the word fatigue and musketeers together, but it is impossible to do that.
Any? Yeah. Musketeers.
Musketeer.
Okay, so
Fatigue.
All right.
Yep.
My go?
Yep.
So I will haul ass down the side of the building.
For Lollapalooza.
And, then I am absolutely going to special delivery. Come on. Special delivery guy. Try to get him knocked into the intersection because that will be hilarious.
That would be hilarious, to be fair.
Okay, offensive stance this because again that would be funny. That's probably not enough. 12 against what is special? What is that against?
Might.
probably might.
Might, yeah.
No, that is not enough.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I'll burn a reroll. I don't think I need to reroll the damage. The damage is pretty good, but I will reroll the
Yeah, both
the
dice
D12.
are above average.
Let me just check the bonus. Yep, it's +9. That
Yeah,
is
we
worth the
kind of
reroll.
got there.
All right.
Hi-oh.
Okay, so gosh, what is the critical hit add-on? So the critical hit is 18 above what it was. So 18 and 34 is 52
crap.
damage.
Yuck.
So
I'm
he takes-
I'm having the same reaction I have every time I build a boss above level 10, which is I look at the guy's character sheet like, this guy has way too much health. And then we start and we deal 128 damage. So I'm like, okay, now this number is not looking so crazy anymore.
So that pushes him 52 feet.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm gonna call that like 2 spaces
Okay.
at this scale.
I
I've
am.
got
all right.
a section.
Dave, you go with him.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was on top of him, so I'm assuming that I moved together with him.
Whoa.
Like the thing is like recoiling back. I'm like, oh.
All right.
Call that
So
a mini-ticket
he
sleigh
is currently
ride.
taunted by Dave.
Yeah.
So he's gonna take a swipe at. He's gonna try to like you off his shoulder. So this is gonna be against might defense.
Nope.
He will miss. He'll just try it again.
Yeah, he's retaunted, so he has to.
If he misses badly enough, does he hit himself?
No.
Since you're physically on him?
I mean, Dave can do that. He has defenses to
Oh,
do
that's
that.
true.
Oh yeah.
But
So
He
that
has
would
the technology.
that would be a glance, though. Let
Right.
me
So-
see if we can do something about that. 15.
Oh, sucks.
Is 15? Do you guys think that 15 is gonna hit this guy's might? Oh, I can't use that defense anyway. I will try to baffle in riposte.
okay.
It's a miss,
Dang.
I think.
So he's swiping at Dave,
Yeah.
and he loses his third attack because you confused him.
He does
All right.
do that.
So yeah, you've pummeled this guy. It is now the Merwin and Dave activation.
All right. Well, he moved an acceptable distance away from me. Presumably, I can shoot that far.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Can you shoot him when he moves away? Could you have done that when he?
I did. I don't have the card.
Booger.
Don't have the. However, I'm about to draw a couple cards, so maybe.
You don't get to abrogate his withdrawal.
Hang on.
If you let me go first, I can give you a +1 to hit bonus. But I guess it wouldn't. I guess you're on a roll anyway, so it wouldn't stuck. I guess.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So no, I did not. I can't abrogate. I cannot abrogate him. So instead, I will rattle him with a rattling shot. So Josh, this is against Vitality.
Okay.
Come on, power shot. All right. 17 versus Vitality.
That's it.
Awesome. He is going to take 22 damage from that. And he's also boop-a-doops. We're at an enhanced attack 3.
Yeah.
All are.
Okay. So he grants a +8 resistance bonus on his next attack.
Okay.
So
Pretty good.
he is rattled.
I'm gonna.
Dave.
I'm gonna take my movement action to just be able to stay in the air, so that I'm not, necessarily have to like balance on top of this guy necessarily, but I can count on the fact that I'm still technically flying, and then I will unbalancing surge. I will unbalancing surge by taking a swipe with the katana at his eyes. Oh yeah, that's a miss. I forgot that 3 are misses. He's still taunted though, so I think I can actually just take this miss.
Okay. You kind of like fly up in front of his face. He's gonna try to like swat you.
What a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, actually, before I decide to reroll this, let's see if I rebamboozled him with my movement action, because that's actually a deciding factor.
Okay. This is versus expertise, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 17 is fine.
Okay, then yeah, I'll just let the miss stand. I don't need to hit him.
Okay.
He's both taunted and bamboozled, so no need.
Okay, he's
to
gonna try to swat you. 17 versus vitality.
Remember, that's -8.
That is a glance, so I take 6. I take 6 damage.
Okay.
But isn't that?
No.
11?
It would be 14. I already calculated the.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Your generous gift was calculated.
All right. He's just gonna kind of like flail wildly, kind of in all directions. So this is gonna be a 19 versus expertise defense.
So that misses me, but it is enough to untaunt him. Yeah.
Okay. So Todd is AFK. So Matt.
All right. I will play press forward to get up there. I will opt not to take anyone with me because Merwin, I'm sure, wants to stay where he is, and
definitely should be.
Make an engineering check when you do this.
Me?
Yep.
That would be what we call a D12.
Expertise.
I don't have engineering. It's just
okay.
Should I make an engineering check?
Okay, never mind.
Not today.
You're fine. Proceed.
It's Nards. Was the engineering check to see if this guy has Nards?
What is
No.
Weird,
That we
weird
ended up in
system?
kick him in?
Yes. Picking things up and moving them? Yes. Engineering? There's 3 other people in the party who handle that.
yeah.
All right. But I do
Gotta
have
delegate.
I ditched all but one of my cards last time so I could draw this. I do have a Nards card.
Yes,
Alright.
the Nards card.
Yep. This is
Peter
with a
Nards
+1
card.
hit bonus from on a roll. So that's actually a 21 versus whatever his lowest defense is.
His lowest defense is expertise, and it is definitely less than 21.
Okay, so and that would be that'll be 25 damage on pretty bad damage dice roll.
All right. You back
Only
there?
25. Pretty bad.
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Do we need to move this guy anywhere or anybody? I guess 2 things. Anyone get hurt? And
No one got hurt. Well, Marco took
we need to
glance
move.
damage, but it was fairly minimal glance damage.
Courtney, can you?
Oh, I
check
also had an
out-
action prepared to gather courage, so I get to gather courage, I realize.
Can you check out the
Okay, I just want to
microwave?
fly inside and do a skill check.
Fly
A mic
inside?
check?
The
Sure, I'll
microwave
fly
got
inside with the
hurled
microwave.
outside.
The microwave is outside.
Oh, it's outside?
Yeah, like it was
Alright, we
thrown
need
out
the
the
microwave,
window
Merwin.
to get.
We threw it out the window so King Candy didn't spontaneously appear inside the apartment and crush us all.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's fully like
Oh,
that
okay.
dimensional portal has been broken and nothing else is gonna come flying out of there.
I think that problem is less pressing
Do I
than
need to
King
roll to
Candy.
Find the microwave.
Yes,
Roll
but you don't have
be
to
a
roll very
microwave.
well.
Like, the denizens of Candyland didn't
Okay,
seem particularly
that's,
hostile.
So expertise.
That's an expertise check to find something.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, so
Maybe?
you don't find
think so.
anything more about it, but you can see that in this space right here. Is it gonna ping or no? There we go.
Yeah,
In
I
that
saw
space
it.
right
It's
there.
behind Tim.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
My name is Tim.
there is. Yeah, Tim. You can definitely see the microwave. But with a 7, you don't see anything else about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Was it a face?
Sorry, what?
Was it a face card to skill check?
No,
skill
no,
check
that's
an
not an
action?
action. No,
All right, I will fly.
you can do
down to
that
the
while
street.
you move or whatever.
Or-
Yeah, you're just looking around. Unless you want to do
Okay.
something to it.
Is it 2? I guess. How many actions to get there? Put it in my hands.
So basically, every one of these spaces is like 1 move action. We'll just say they're like roughly 25 feet.
Okay. All right, so I'll just double move to the street, get the microwave.
Okay. So like if you're going down and actually contacting it, so you can see like the door is like basically it's broken off almost, like it's on one hinge and it's kind of like askew, and the number panel seems to be largely intact, although like half of the like little number display is kind of like crushed, and there are definitely like there is stuff coming out of it. It is, even though it was thrown out this window, it is not inert right now. Like it is sparking and there is all kinds of like super sciencey bullshit happening inside of it.
Crap.
It's fine, it means we can fix it later, so that I can keep making stuff with
It's
it.
not good, guys.
Courtney, can you use your magic wand of technology to
fix it?
obliterate this microwave?
No, to fix it, I kinda still need a microwave.
Too bad.
I could.
Am I going to eat Hot Pockets without this thing?
And every third hot
How will
pocket
they eat?
turns into an elephant.
Well, we'll see
All right.
next turn what has to be done. I think.
So whose turn is it right now?
So Courtney is here now.
Right. And is out
you
of
still
action.
haven't gone, right, Merwin?
Merwin did.
Yeah,
Oh.
I just went.
Oh yeah. You go with you went with me. Yeah.
I
So
think I was last.
yeah. The king is feeling vengeful on account of the previous hit and subsequent Nard shot. So he is going to make a.
I really want to transcribe that into.
Oh, he
the
misses.
Oh no! Wow.
Oh, he's all right. He's just becoming increasingly frustrated, and he's just going to flail around, attacking each adjacent enemy. So that's both Dave and Tim. Okay, 13 versus expertise defense. I assume that glances both of you. Well,
it misses me. Yeah,
Dave,
but and the three taunts him.
It's a glance from me. Yeah,
okay, 14 damage.
it happens.
I can heal one person.
I
Oh,
didn't
no,
take any
it's different
damage,
now.
so
I can heal. Oh, you didn't take anything?
No, that was a miss on me.
Okay.
In fact, the king attacking me was great there because not only he did no damage, he also auto-renewed the taunt that I have on him.
All right,
And that's
so, yeah. My damage taken goes. Whoop, whoop.
Is that 9 damage now, or is that 12? I forget.
What is it?
When Courtney heals.
Oh, the searing.
Courtney heals
I
13.
heal 13.
No. How much damage do you
but
deal
how
when
much
you?
damage do you deal?
Oh,
Is that still 9?
it deals 9. Yeah.
All right. All right. The king seems like disoriented. Like he almost looks like he is like he's kind of flailing around, and before, like, you could talk to him and he was coherent. Now he's sort of like he's starting to get like a really crazy look in his eye, and you can also see that like whatever stuff was kind of like allowing him to exist in Candyland world is probably starting to come apart somehow. Like it looks like he's coming like unglued from himself. Okay, so we are back to the everybody but Courtney phase.
I'm gonna go after the king, so everybody else can go before me.
All right, Merwin, Tim.
I gotta draw cards.
So, how do we feel about this microwave, y'all? Does it need to stop existing?
No, don't break the microwave. It's fine. We can worry about it later. And by worry about it later, I mean fix it and put it back into my kitchen.
Overruled.
You're on the hook to buy me a new microwave if you break that one.
I'll buy you a new microwave for like $10.
You don't even know what a microwave looks like.
That's why I assume they're $10.
How much could a microwave cost, Michael?
Look, do you know how much $10 is?
Yeah, also $10 to me would be enough to buy like a pretty decent house. Uh-oh. It looks like Todd's having connection problems.
Yeah, he's been having audio problems all night.
I like that you are all posting with under our characters' names, except for Steven, who is still posting as Steven in the chat, in the Roll20 chat.
All right. Are you gonna shoot this? Are you gonna try to shoot this microwave that Courtney is holding?
I'm telling him to throw it right now.
Okay. Okay, so we'll assume that you're holding your action until Courtney does or does not throw this microwave.
Oh, I heard some Todd words.
I shake my head no. I guess
What?
let me...
You're not going to throw it?
Hang
Oh,
on.
you're going to do your thing first.
Okay, so we'll assume that Merwin is holding his action as he assesses the situation.
Sure.
So Tim?
All right, I am going to. Is an overpower check a strength check?
Yes.
Okay. I am gonna low blow this guy, play my moment of greatness on it, draw 2 just in case I get something up, and then play enter the fray on him to try to overpower him as part
Nice.
of the Nardule momentum.
Wait, enter the
so
fray?
Enter the fray lets me make a strength or grace skill check. Does that not?
So
is
an
that
overpower check is used to make an overpower check is used to like do a specific thing. So like usually we'll call for an overpower check if you're gonna like try to
One
push
off-
somebody or
Yeah, I mean
Like,
he's pushing it. I think he's
yeah,
pushing the kid.
like basically what that means on enter the fray is that you can like if you need to jump, you can jump as part of that movement. Or, you know, if you want to do like some kind of crazy acrobatic maneuver, you can do that as part of that movement.
Okay. Well, I will.
But you can just shoulder the king into the intersection as part of the move.
I will just re-nard him then. It's fine.
Okay.
Can you nard
This
him
is the
away from?
5th time that we have a crit missed is encountered. Then again, the king also has missed us twice, and so I
What
guess
was your
that
question, Stephen?
Can you push him away from me?
I don't have any.
I have
more
drawn the
forced
card
movement-
of cards.
I do not have any forced movement cards in hand.
Okay, that's okay. I'll hang on.
I will burn my last luck to reroll. To reroll that to hit again, though. And that's it's a plus 11 to hit with on a roll going on.
Yeah, it looks improved.
Improved. 17
Okay.
is sufficient.
17. So 17, 31 damage.
Okay.
Right in the St. Thomas and the Bishops.
In the
all right.
mean.
In the beanbag.
Right in the gumdrops.
All right.
And then I will
Okay.
take a cue from Marco and hold an action to gather courage.
Excellent.
All right, then. So the king is currently taunted.
Yeah,
He's going to start by trying to swat Dave off of his shoulders. That is 10 versus vitality. Wow, these are really bad rolls.
That is a mess. My vitality defense is in
Okay.
fact 11.
All right, he's going to do his area flail against all adjacent parties. Which is this a 1? All right. 12 versus expertise. I assume glances Tim and Mrs. Dave.
Accurate.
Yep. Glance.
Okay, so that's another 14.
Mrs. Dave is my mother. Please call me Chaz.
Chaz
I
Dave.
can heal.
Just that,
I
okay.
can heal that 14.
Okay.
You can heal all 14 or just 13 of it?
I can also just kite him away if you want. I see that Courtney can move it, but like I can just because he's taunted, right? So like
He's
I
in the
can.
intersection. If he dies right now, it's the maximum traffic problem.
You are not wrong.
Anyway, moving right along.
Well,
If you kite him away, I can do critical damage to him.
Speaking of traffic problem, are we creating a traffic problem? Is there traffic around us? Is there
It's
screeching
really
tires
late.
and-
It's
Okay.
it's like it's really late at night.
Plus the whole COVID-19 thing.
Yeah.
is that
No,
happening in the
you know,
world?
So it's like 3 a.m.
Oh,
So yeah.
I don't think
And this
COVID is
like
happening.
a residential neighborhood.
I don't think COVID is
so-
happening in this world because
Someone is calling the cops at any rate, though.
Yeah. Well, this is also in the future. This is like a 2 years in the future or something. I forget exactly how much we time.
so-
So there are no cops.
So we successfully abolished the police?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah.
or at least we've abolished snitching.
Yeah. We've abolished calling the police.
Right.
They're still around, but no one knows how to get in touch with them.
Look, if an undead cowboy wants to square up with a 60-foot Candyman in the middle of my street,
Also, it's only been like 20 seconds.
Could we get John Bon Jovi to write a song about an undead cowboy? I feel he can't be that busy.
All right.
Like, I'm surprised he hasn't already. So he takes 9 damage. Oh, you were an offensive stance, right?
Yes.
Am I getting bonus damage?
You are getting bonus damage. Yes, you get. I forget how much it is off the top of my head. 8 bonus damage.
So
Nice.
17 damage, and
Nearly doubling Tabe's damage.
yeah, and then I will.
Go through you.
I'm gonna fly out and move here so that the Hing is gonna try to I'm gonna try to bait the Hing to follow me into the intersection.
Excellent.
And the bamboozling will continue, although I guess he's already bamboozled, so I don't need to do that. Also, everybody gets a to hit, +1 to hit. Well, Merwin gets a +1 to hit because everybody else is on a roll and doesn't stack. But
All right. Well,
All right.
I will then get
He
it.
moves to follow.
that's what I was waiting for.
All right. So Courtney and Merwin.
So Courtney, if you want to hit that microwave with some science, I'm gonna.
He's
shoot.
going to try to boot. Let me just take care of this first. He's going to
Sure.
try to boot Dave.
Well, I mean that was in the air, but
13 versus might.
that was in the air. He can't be booed. I don't know if that changes the type of attack that is being done.
Well,
here, but-
then he like tries to hit you.
yeah, that's
With
fine.
his
That's a glance.
It's
Okay.
a punt, not a.
It's
Not
14. And I'll do one more. So that'll be a full miss.
Yeah, that is gonna be a full miss. He keeps being re-taunted in all of scenarios.
Okay.
All right.
Merwin?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot him with abrogated withdrawal.
Bon
Okay.
Jovi has
So
an
it's-
album coming out this year. We can't get him to do the Undead Cowboy song. We have to wait.
It could be on the album. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know that he did it already.
Preemptively undead cowboy.
The track listing's been released.
No.
Is one of
And
them
none of
called
them are
an
named
undead
the one about the
cowboy who
undead
fights
cowboy.
a giant Candyman?
Okay, that's all right. 18.
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome.
All right. And so that's 24 plus 12.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 36 damage.
Yep.
All right.
I'm sorry. It's
so-
24 plus 16.
Oh yeah, because of abrogated withdrawal, which I can't show in the stream still. We still...
Wait. What? How am I still confused about this?
No, you did crit
Obligated
damage.
withdrawal doesn't show up for me either.
It's 24 plus.
See it?
I add my crit damage to that, right?
Yes, he moved
Right,
away.
which is
from-
your so whatever it says on your crit, you rolled. If you look at your character sheet, it should tell you what the crit.
Oh
damage
yeah.
is, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're right. You're right. It is 12. Yeah,
Okay.
it is 12. Wait, no. It's
Oh, no.
2d6. It's 2d6 plus 1.5 times your might. Oh yeah, plus 12.
It's 12. You add the 2 die maxed out. It's 12. You had it right.
Okay. Well, we changed that enough times that I don't know what his total damage taken is anymore, but
36.
I know approximately what it was. So
It's close. I'm sure it's
hoping
close
for the
enough.
best.
It's 24 plus 12. That's how much she takes.
Okay. So, Courtney, so Merwin, if he moves farther from you, he's going to be out of range.
Yes, he is. That is true. So
Yeah, that made me wonder if
don't
healed
kite him
outside
any
of range.
further, Dave.
No, I wasn't going to.
Good.
For
He has
Dave?
to die
You
in the
didn't heal
sixth.
Dave.
What?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking in general.
Yeah,
So-
basically,
Heal
Courtney,
adjacent.
like you have a one space range. So if they look adjacent to you, then they're in range of you for pretty much everything.
So, Courtney, can you try to blow up or do something to this
Yeah,
microwave
one.
so that it doesn't function?
Well, what I was thinking I could do is call up, you know, the user manual and see if I could, you know, start fixing it,
I think the user manual for this is the
or at least
Necronomicon.
get it connected to the point that it's not randomly operating.
Okay, so yeah, you can make an engineering check to try to like fix this thing.
Or gonna at least stop the magic from happening. Is that? I guess that's Mike because we're doing it fast.
Yeah.
Doing it as hard as you can.
This dimension
Okay.
did have a stop the magic initiative from the White House.
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of like take a look at it and you like playing around with like the various bits that have broken off and then are like you kind of collected some of them and you jam the door back on, sort of like shove a piece that had snapped off kind of back in there and give it a little blast with your staff to kind of like weld it back together. So you think that you made some like progress there, and the door is like it's not swinging freely, but it's swinging.
Hmm.
It is more together than it was before.
Yeah, it's improved.
Swing low.
It's not great, but it's better.
Yeah, yeah. This is more like a skill challenge than How far away is the Radio Shack?
You're nowhere near Gary's. You're like
Oh no!
Please.
you're
Do
miles
we have
away.
some sort of Do you have some
Please.
sort of Gary signal? Like, can
Don't
we
you put
project
Gary
like
in
a
a
bag
danger
of
because you're
Cheetos?
trying to-
We are never too far away from Gary. Like it's just did 14
Yeah.
actually I just realized did 14 damage did the glance fatigue me? I didn't actually check. The glance did fatigue me actually. I should probably mark that.
Amazing.
I do reapply Pristine Radiance to Tim.
Tim?
Okay.
Top of the order.
Does Dave's house have any?
Microwaves? Not
I'm
anymore.
just thinking of things. Can I like take apart his oven or his computer and
Oh, and like,
Like
cannibalize
screwdrivers?
his parts?
put it inside this microwave?
Yeah. Is there a nearby appliance store? That we can
PlayStation.
just,
Take
like-
apart his
No,
PlayStation.
I have a tool bag at home because it's a home. Most homes have that sort of thing available, I guess.
It's just but Dave's tool bag is just
Yeah, I guess
one
I'm-
Phillips head screwdriver and a hammer.
No, it's fine. The Philips head screwdriver has been microwaved, and now it kind of morphs to be
Play with
whatever
a
you
drill
need.
hammer. It's like
To
And
be
they're
fair,
both-
when Courtney asked
plastic
Dave
hammer
about his
from,
tool bag,
his
Dave
little
thinks
brother.
he's
Yeah.
insulting him in some way.
It's one of those like rubber reflex hammers that they use in the doctor's office.
All right. What's the
Okay.
plan?
So it's Merwin's turn and Dave's turn.
Okay. So, do you need me to shoot this microwave and put it out of its misery, or are you committed to putting it back together?
it is the source of Dave's powers. I mean, we can, neutralize them if you want to.
I'm gonna land back. I'm gonna land back on the Hing's shoulder and just well, this cat should go away. He's still bamboozled, so I don't need to re-bamboozle him.
Pre-bamboozle.
Ramboozled.
Yeah, he comes pre-bamboozled. I'm gonna wait. No, actually, never mind. I'm gonna let the Hing go first. See if it needs
Okay.
to be written.
You're gonna let me go first.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Merwin.
So I'm going to deploy Rattling Shot upon him.
Yeah, plus that means that when he attacks me, I get a bonus resistance against fatigued again. So,
Exactly.
value.
That is my plan. Precisely. All right, let's power shot this guy. Hi-oh!
Okay.
So that's
Hitting this guy a lot.
36 damage. Well, I have an expanded crit range.
Yeah. Between that and Aberdude withdrawal, you
Yeah.
crit a lot.
If only I would crit him, so I would stop having fatigue. I also have an expanded crit range. I think I've done one crit, like at least I cured one fatigue this entire.
So
campaign.
that was a rattling shot.
Yeah, so he's +8 damage resistance on his next attack.
Okay, so he's gonna give Dave the old flail, which is this one. Ooh, that's a crit versus aim, which would become a hit.
No.
Versus expertise, not aim.
Or sorry, not versus aim, but with his aim, it's a crit.
We are going to do a 4-direction throw. Which I'm not sure how it's going to work against a 60-foot man, but I'm assuming it still converts it to a glance.
Okay. Yeah. So try make an overpower check against him.
Oh, come on.
I'm not
In order
doing
to actually flip him, you have to succeed at the overpower part.
I'm not trained in might. Is that just a D12 or is that like?
It's your might plus your enhanced attack plus a D12.
Okay, so I do get to still add the might even though I'm not trained in strength.
Yeah. Overpower are a core mechanic. They are not skill related.
That's a 10.
10 is insufficient. So you don't manage to flip him, but you do get that downgraded.
Nice.
Well, it doesn't feel
Okay.
great. I'm
But he-
fatigued again.
Not. So he is.
Oh, no, wait, I don't.
currently taunted by you.
No, he is. He missed. Oh no, right, because he did. His code. Yeah.
All right, he's gonna take a step in this direction, and he's gonna try to boot Tim.
I move with him, right, because I'm on his shoulder.
Yeah. Let's see. This one. Nope. That's a miss. He's still distracted by Dave and his annoying garbage. All right.
That is basically my David's entire David's motto.
That's the name of your children's book?
David is annoying.
Dave and his annoying garbage.
And
That's our
teacher,
group-
read
that's our super group
Dave.
name.
It's annoying garbage.
It got nominated for a Caldecott.
Alright, since he's not taunted anymore, let's fix that now. I will go ahead.
If he had hit, it would have been really funny because it starts this whole chain of effects with gecko grip and solid footing that possibly end up with him on his ass.
Okay.
So I will gather courage. I will move to maintain my flight and do the whole bamboozling thing. Although he's already bamboozled, so I don't need to even bother. I'm not even going to bother rolling about that. And then I will ring in blow him.
Nope.
False.
You gonna burn those rerolls?
Yeah. How about a 22? How does that look?
Sufficient.
So he takes 22 damage? You're still in offensive stance, right? Tim?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. Sorry.
The got milk commercial.
So yeah, 22 damage.
look, no one's here to help me eat these cookies. I got to do it all by myself.
This is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Aren't
So
the
yeah,
kids there today?
Nope. Now they're with their mom. Penny dropped by to pet the dog.
22 damage, and he loses the next his next activation.
I thought I had that figured out.
So Tim? Courtney?
Tim. I'm just gonna hit him in the nuts, Courtney. If you've got so can I do that before you move him or misdirect him or alienate him or anything else?
I get to sideboard.
All I can do is give you a bonus to hit, but I'm assuming you don't need that.
I'm currently at a +3 bonus to hit through on a roll,
Yeah.
so I probably don't need.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
got
it's gonna
so.
help, no.
Just gonna low blow him again, which is wonderful. I'm stacking these up in my hand.
Oh, nice.
So that's a 19 versus his lowest defense with on a roll.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So he takes 30 damage. Once again, straight in the ding dongs.
Yeah, presumably his ding dong is like 15 feet in the air.
I'm assuming that there's like a
Well, he's
shockwave that just aimed there from your.
Does your ding dang hang low? Does it belong to the
He's just got a, you've got like a manhole cover that you're just like whipping around.
You're yo-yoing a manhole cover into
Yeah.
this guy's nuts.
Like a light pole, and you're just jabbing him in the nuts.
street sign? Yeah. Fire hydrant. Olds Delta 88, whatever's available.
Oh dear.
Delta 88, what a car. And then I
Probably
will,
need to be
as
healed.
always, hold the
I wouldn't hate it, but I'm not in super dire condition.
Yeah, heal him. Everyone else is at like single digits. He's at 17. Heal him up. I have had 2 double Moscow mules tonight. I'm feeling quite happy with life.
Nice. Moscow mules and cookies go together like hamburgers and chocolate shakes.
Oops, that's
Moscow
good.
Mule is a great drink because it doesn't need a shaker. You just sort of mix everything together and it's happy.
And it's awesome. Yeah. Ooh, you know what would be
Right.
even better? Maybe a white Russian. No, probably
okay.
Moscow Mule in a pint glass? How about that?
Was that a heal?
not.
Can I heal Dave from this Vex?
Yeah, absolutely.
Within 25 feet, yeah. So, okay. That is a heal. That applies 9 damage to, sorry, reapply Pristine Radiance to Tim. And then, I start my turn. I'm going to heal Dave for 18.
Nice.
Another blast of Pristine Radiance.
Okay. What was the skill check for? Or did you abandon that?
It was I hit the wrong hotkey.
Okay. Okay. Abandon. Okay. So now he's gonna flail all around. 17 versus expertise defense on everyone
Okay, if
adjacent.
that includes me, I have a defense.
Okay, it
That-
does.
No,
That is a
I
legit
would
hit
try-
on me.
He's
because I've been
blinded.
using-
by-
they lie.
It's blinded. Okay. So yeah, you
Yep, to my
let out
next-
this intense
until this-
blast of light. Does 15 hit your expertise defense?
Yeah, when it hits-
Who's expertise
Um,
defense? It hits
does not
So,
mine.
hit
ba-
mine.
Okay, so anyone who would be hit by a 15, you take 24 damage.
Are you counting the damage resistance from rattling shot?
That was on the one against
Yeah,
Todd.
they really expanded
Oh,
that when he had attacking last
darn
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Already gone.
All right, 24 damage. I tick up another level of fatigue.
And you are
Um,
toppled by that.
Oh,
You're also like knocked down. Oh,
where am I?
I can heal.
So we
I
missed.
can heal that. No, that's 2 in a turn.
So first he has
Does
to
that
make an
count?
overpower
Can I
check.
No, you can use 2. Yeah. I mean, you can't use 2 on the same action, but you can use 2 in the same turn.
So he has,
Yeah,
so what's happening
Josh,
now?
right. This is different.
he has to make because of Gecko Grip. He has to make an overpower check to knock me prone.
Okay.
My might defense is a 20.
Yeah.
Okay. He does not succeed.
Okay.
Get
Yay,
wrecked.
Gecko Grip.
Huzzah.
I think the 2 copies of my defensive have come into play are in the bottom 6 cards in my deck. So booger.
Can anyone move him slightly farther away from me? I have a plan.
Courtney, can you move him?
I mean, I think kite him like last time, right? Like that's.
All right, and
I've already acted.
Courtney, you've did you take your 24?
I was glanced.
Oh, you were glanced. Okay.
So it's just.
You said it was 15, right?
Yeah.
I see 17, but I thought you said 15.
Yeah. But you get because he's blinded. You get
It was 15 to glance.
The 17 was the overpower check.
Yeah.
Well, one of the 17s.
I'm sorry.
Multiple 17s.
Okay, so
okay.
then that is it. So he is currently
blinded until it's like
he is currently blind. He's going to try to attack you blind. So let's first see where he's gonna like take. He's currently blind, but he's swatting at you.
It has to be swatting at me because he's taunted, but.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I don't think it matters too much. But...
With a 6, no, he's just kind of like swatting at thin air, so it doesn't even matter what you roll. Okay. So that's it. So now it's actually everybody because everybody's either in melee or is Merwin.
Right.
Which is actually how I see the world.
Yeah.
Can you all do any of you have a way to move him? Otherwise, I'll kite him. But I would rather go after him if possible.
Yeah, I don't have a way to move him in my hand.
Courtney?
Hold on. I do. I just have to draw cards still.
Can I fuck him up before you move him?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
I don't see why we would stop you.
Actually,
yeah. So I'm gonna play.
I'm wrong. It's just knock him down.
That's fine. I'll kite him. It's okay.
Right, so I'm gonna play my copy of Daunting Flex.
Okay, nice.
Which heals me for just a fuck ton. It heals me down to my unhealable, basically. And
nice.
I'm not even gonna calculate it because it'll take me to my unhealable. And he is shaken to the end of his next activation.
Good.
Okay.
So I am
pretty good.
I'm healed to 6, and then as the people cry out for it, they demand it. They need it.
And the crowd goes wild.
I hit him in the nards. Hey, so that's with the honor roll +4. That's a 22 versus Ghibli's.
It's a 22 versus the nards. All right,
20 versus nards, and 31 damage. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're just like hucking loose bricks at him.
Yeah.
All right. So when you start
hubcaps, dogs.
Yeah, like just like stuff is hitting him, and where it's hitting him, like there are now chunks. Like you can see that he is coming apart, and like you hit him, and there's just like a rain of just like bags of M&Ms. Just
Is
like
it like a pinata? Is it like a pinata?
Yeah.
Broke up.
So like, but chunks are breaking off of him, and then like when they separate from his body, they like explode into just like pinata goodies.
I'm happy.
Happy
with this
birthday,
result.
kids!
I hope. Oh, there's some severely traumatized 4-year-old looking out his window.
Yeah, this is great.
Okay. So yeah, he is starting to come undone. So Courtney, Dave, Merwin.
Dave, if you kite him any further, I can't shoot him.
He moved further. Oh, well, so much for that then.
He's shaken. He's shaken right now for a bit, so that buys us a little bit of time if you want.
Did
to
he
leave him
move
there for a little bit longer?
Yeah, he moved back. There's one space that you have to give here, Merwin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you can. Oh, sorry. You can move him one space.
Well, It is my moment of greatness.
Then you should be great.
Oh no, expertise is his lowest defense, so I will go ahead and exploit opening.
Yikes.
And I will tag...
Doing exploit opening after a low blow is...
Right. It's not exploit orifice. The other kind.
I will go ahead and just stab him badly. Does a 19 hit his expertise?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I also get an extra.
Ooh, yeah.
Does my bonus damage stick and the offensive stance bonus damage stuck? Is that, or are just both bonuses? They do? Okay.
Oh, they're both bonuses.
Oh, so only the highest will count.
Yeah.
2d8.
8 bonus damage.
All right, so it's 10 bonus damage. So he takes 21.
All right.
Then I will gather courage. No, I will prepare an action to gather courage. And I will do the movie thing. You know, the moving thing where I move. Oh, I was supposed to draw 2 cards. I forgot about that. No, that doesn't change what I will use. I will use these 2 things. And then, and with my move action, I'm gonna move here so that he's gonna get kited.
Okay.
Then,
before you move, he's gonna go ahead and do a flail. He only gets 1 attack this time.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be 15 versus expertise defense.
Nope, and he's retaunted.
That is a hit for me.
Okay.
No, he's blinded, right? So it's
you
13.
You take 28.
Josh, isn't he still blinded?
How long does the blind last?
Until its next turn.
Yeah.
The blind's
So no, the blind is expired.
Okay.
All right. A little more fatigue. It's not a big deal. Everyone takes it.
Okay. Then he'll move 1 space this way. This will topple anyone that it hits. I guess is just Tim again.
Give me that overpower check.
That's at plus 10, so that's 21.
Yeah,
That will hit my might defense.
Okay.
I don't have my well, hang on, let me draw up to hand size. That's what I have in my hand, Josh. I play solid footing.
Okay. So if you want to knock him down, so you're not knocked down. But if you want to knock him down, then you have to make an overpower check against him.
So that is a might check, basically?
Yes. But it's plus 4 for you because it adds your enhanced attack level. I think you almost can't fail this.
Well, can I ask the fun question that I want to ask?
Uh-huh.
Can I make him fall on his balls?
No, can I add my grapple line onto this?
Does grapple line say that it supports overpower checks?
I don't. Let me check it really quickly. Where is it? There it is. It says plus 2d6 bonus to overpower checks.
Then yes.
Nice. Holy crap.
And I rolled a 12. And
Jesus.
A 6. So
29 on an overpower. Okay.
Well, and the plus 4 for enhanced attack isn't in there, so it's technically a 33.
Wow.
Okay, well that's higher than his might defense.
At some point, Tim has become a 60-foot monster, and we just didn't notice.
Yeah. So the king sort of is like flailing around wildly, and he like swings his foot at you, and it like basically it hits your face and just like rebounds.
Right. This is a foot
And the
the
king is
size
just
of a
basically
Volkswagen.
like blown off of his feet and goes toppling to the pavement.
Yeah, because I take almost 30 damage as a part of this. It's not like it's not harmful.
Yeah.
You know, he does harm, but
But still.
Yeah, he goes like head over heels.
Wow. And lands prone and slightly farther away from me?
Yeah. So he is now like on the ground, like looking up at the night sky. There are skittles just like rolling out of him.
Grim.
All right. So Courtney,
this kind of how we do
Merwin.
things downtown.
Yeah.
All right. So
This
I'm gonna
prehistoric candy monster. How we do things downtown.
All right, I'm gonna shoot him. To no one's surprise, I'm gonna shoot him. So let's see. But
I can do give you a +1 if you wait. I think.
I
Oh, no, you
I
have to
have
be
a
in the radiance.
+4.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's on a roll.
Everybody's better than me. Got it.
So I'm gonna do abrogated withdrawal upon his ruin. And actually, yeah, okay. So it'll be a 15 to hit.
15 against what? Vitality?
Sorry, yeah, I believe so. Yes.
That is a glance.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that because
There you go. Yes,
The king
you
of
do.
Got 7 of them.
Yep. And I'll re-roll both of them because I'm feeling frisky.
Yeah, well, this is a terrible damage roll.
Oh,
Getting worse, Steven.
not much better.
We've only got 6 to go.
Re-roll another. Come on. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Hi-oh.
That is a hit.
Okay. So, and he takes crit damage because it's abrogated withdrawal, which means it's 29 plus 12.
Okay.
That'd be
41 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you blow just like a huge chunk. So you like hit him square in his like gut, and it explodes in just like it's like cups of Jello.
Oh.
Wait, like
The
the pre-contained one?
Yes, the pre-contained one. Just go blow. It's just like a fountain of them everywhere.
Sorry, it's way funnier that they're
Like that it also has like the plastic in him, not only just
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
Yes,
all-
okay.
Is there like a shower of spoons as well? Or...
Plastic ones? Sporks.
Yeah.
Plastic sporks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thousands are entered.
Thousands are lightly off put. Okay. Yeah. So he's like in really bad shape now.
Oh, he's not dead?
No, he's not quite. He's
Good
like
Lord.
very close though.
Yeah. This
Okay,
guy will not go softly into that good night.
I think we've still got Courtney left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Finish him.
I guess it's time for some guiding light.
Revved up like a deuce.
Revved up like a deuce in the middle of the night.
16 expertise.
That'll do.
All right, it's a mighty 17.
Hi-oh. Oops.
All right, Courtney, you rise up into the air, and you're like, you calibrated your staff off of whatever nonsense goes on in Dave's microwave, and you just blast him. And you can see these like last little pieces that are holding him together in this world kind of shatter, and he just explodes, filling this intersection with like just a mountain of pre-wrapped candies, like cascade outward in all directions.
Nice. And I'm like, is he dead? From like a block and a half away.
Well,
I'm running down the fire
All right.
escape. Hey guys.
I call the whoppers.
Oh, I did shoot him.
hey,
Okay.
I'll enjoy
Yeah,
that.
so he is defeated. This microwave is still sparking and messed up, but nothing else seems to be coming through it at the moment.
Jose, we should probably take that to Gary Radio.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a
We need to
field
get
day.
somewhere that has tools.
All right, we should lock it up in the SLAB Ark of the Covenant closet.
Or we could just fix it. And then I
No!
get to hold on to it. I'm just saying.
It was-
I've had
all
this
of
microwave
this-
for what, like 3 years, and
All
with
of
these,
this-
we've only had to fight a gigantic, horrible monster once.
All of this was it working perfectly.
Has anyone else watched Gravity Falls?
Yes.
The Summerween episode? With the
Oh,
loser candy?
I don't know that one.
It's an episode. It takes place during the summer. They fight a candy monster at one point, and the candy monster is made of what they call loser candy. Mr. Adequate Bar, Homework the Candy, Wax Lips, Circus Peanuts, Black Licorice, Blorch. If you have Disney Plus or access to something, I highly recommend Gravity Falls. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of episodes, and I just really want to grow up to be the grandfather.
Grunkle Stan's awesome.
Yeah. If I do everything right, hopefully that will be me when I'm an old man.
Grunkle.
Is that the cartoon that like with the kid takes all the candy or something, and she goes like with the flying dolphins or something?
Yes.
No,
that's the same with Mabel. Has the ride. She's flying on the dolphin, and the arms come out of the dolphin.
Oh, because she's tripping balls on sugar.
Yes.
She is on a banned form of like candy. Yes.
Amazing.
He's doing super cool.
Relax. Go downstream. This is not dying. All right.
Super cool. Okay, so yeah, you have defeated this monster. It has exploded into a mountain of candy, and
It's now
you
someone
have
else.
a semi-non-functional magic microwave. And so this is where we will wrap
The
this up.
end.
The end. You got to fight your Marshmallow Man as
We did.
requested.
And we didn't even go
Yeah.
across the streams.
Woo!
Did we?
You did have the option of doing stuff with the microwave in order to explode him in the microwave Marshmallow Man fashion.
Nice.
But you just like casually did 470
We
damage.
just instead went full murder, and that was fine.
Well, the fact that we did well over 100 damage before he even got... Well, no, I guess he did get to go. But he went once, and then we did 120 something.
You did 120 damage to him. I think it was 123 in the cumulatively over all of your first activations.
Yep.
I did. I think a couple of us did crit though. So, yeah.
He did successfully
Yeah.
beat the crap out of me, though.
Yeah.
If not for Todd, I might have died.
I find it amazing that we fought a monster where his glances fatigued me, and I ended up picking up 1 fatigue.
Nice. Well, you were designed to not be hit. That's why you have such a shitty katana.
That is why my katana is just shitty.
It's just crap, yeah. Otherwise, you would be so overpowered.
I think at SLAB at some point they offered me to give me like a better weapon, and I was like, that's fine.
No, that'll just slow me down.
Don't worry
It
about it.
weighs exactly the same. No, I like this one.
This one that I bought at the knife mart next to the traffic.
Yep. It's the 24-hour knife mart. It's in a strip mall.
I assume Dave's sister, we left in the apartment and she stayed in the apartment. It seemed like the wise course of action.
Yeah, she stayed in there.
Done with our crap.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, I don't really have a plan for a next session. I mean, it feels like mechanically things are working the way they're supposed to. Like, if you manage to keep the monsters on the tanks, they won't kill them. But if they get away from the tanks for
even
like,
a tiny amount of time,
for even a tiny amount of time, they will absolutely murder you.
Yeah. If that guy had hit me twice, I would have been knocked out.
Yeah. So that seems to be working as intended. And then the I don't know. So I guess the other question is like, did people feel like they got to a, so I mean we're pretty close to the top of the power arc here,
Sure.
right? In terms of like, did you get to fulfill the character concept you wanted, both in terms of like combat mechanics and in terms of like background flavor through the like talent trees? Like, did the second pass through the talent trees feel rewarding and interesting?
Yes, it did. And if we leveled up again, I'd be able to get Sweet Ride, and then that would really complete this character.
I mean, I think it was cool. Now I can literally run up walls, which I think goes well with what I was trying before. So yeah, that's
yeah. And I'm gonna ride a, Arabian Pegasus.
Nice.
Into battle.
I had a good time. The second pass wasn't as much as the first, but I still had a good time with it. I mean, solid footing came into handy right in the final battle, and then Gecko Grip was fun. So yeah,
there's so much meat.
Really defining. The second pass was nice.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because you took the thing that you needed, to define your character in your first pass, right? But like, you can still find enough stuff.
That's what the second path is supposed to do. Was supposed to like let you round out, and because you like the first pass you get through by like level 12, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Sounds about right.
And so like that's when like your character should be kind of like a fully realized version of that character.
And it's sort of like you pick up a bunch of practical stuff the first pass, and then anything that you were like, I really want that, but I'm not gonna waste. You're like, yeah, I can, like Social Chameleon. Hell yeah, I'm gonna pick up Social Chameleon the second time through, because that wasn't tasty enough the first time, but the second time, hell yeah. I mean, I wanted it, I just couldn't go for it because I wasn't gonna waste that on I wasn't going to give up impetus, for instance, to get Social Chameleon. Because
it also wasn't central to your character theme, right? Like, it was like, you wanted to be the quick draw, right? So impetus was like really important to your character theme, and then getting it the second time through let you kind of fill in. I mean, it was almost more of like character development.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that also made sense, like particularly since we were starting with teenage characters that were moving into adulthood. It's totally possible that you could have an awkward, gangly teenager turn into like a socially competent adult. I mean, I don't.
Nope,
I've never seen it, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility.
Right. We're talking about theoretical, like there's a microwave that transfer of Candyland. Right?
NASA scientists are working very hard on this right now.
Yeah, it can happen within the suspension of disbelief.
Right. If there could be a 60-foot tall marshmallow man.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
on the second pass, I actually had to go look to see what I even did second way through. But my feelings on the second pass is where you get to it's where you take like the fun thing, right? Because like
Yeah.
the first time you have to be, I feel like it's like I want to do this, right? And then the next pass through, it's like, well, how do I either expand what I'm doing already, or like just like Steven was saying, like this is cool. This is like a cool addition. So I definitely think the second way through is it's totally worth it.
Yeah,
I
I like it because I would hate the idea that stuff would just be blocked off, and where you couldn't go back to it, or you would have to sacrifice a higher level ability in order to get one of the lower level abilities as you move up. So doing the second pass, it frees you up to have a little bit more fun, And now that we've played it through, I would actually
perk, like the old style perk.
Yeah,
Right.
Like now that I played it through, I would actually take some of those things earlier, because I like them better or I use them more often. You know what I mean? So it helps you learn the tree better for the next time you play, because you actually got to take some of that stuff on the second time through. So I really liked it. I thought it made a lot of sense rather than having a big long tree doing 2 passes through the same tree.
Yeah, and the trees are also there's more common ground than there is in the World of New characters. So all of the kind of static benefits are general. So like if you played with something on one character and then you said, oh, we're going to do another campaign and we're going to do I'm going to already be familiar with all of those things, and then I just have to look at the cards and figure out what cards I want.
Right.
Because I can already come up with what is my what is my B side of of my record, right?
Right.
My A side is my class, and I already have some familiarity with what the B sides are going to look like, right? From being, because that flavor, that secondary flavor, is something you can carry from one class to another.
Yeah, and I think that works. I like it, and there's almost no turds in the hamper here. I could see how to build I could see how to build a right character almost any one of these paths.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on the fact that you say there is almost no turds in the hamper. That is
One, I'm staggered you would say that. Two, it was meant as a compliment.
Oh no! I believe you. I just had never heard that turn of phrase before. I was like, what the shit?
I guess now that you mention it, it is a weird way to compliment someone. Yelp review, almost no turds in the hamper, 5 stars.
I guess it's better as a Yelp review than as a Uber review.
There are some of these that I would like.
Oh no. Better, yes.
Is no turds in the trunk a really bad double entendre? No, I had a blast. I had a great time. I really enjoyed playing as a telekinetically themed brawler.
I still think we played it a little
conservatively.
I was just gonna say that I still thought we played a little bit still like Roll to New. I felt like we weren't too far off. I don't know, we weren't really rolling like Justice League kind of level. Nobody was trying to I'm just curious, can we really replicate can I try to be Superman? You know, can you
Superman's
build
like the
Spider-Man? I feel like we got
hard-
pretty close. Like you had grapple line and
Yeah,
sticking to
Spider-Man I
walls.
think is achievable. Superman is such a hard character to try to replicate because he has so many absolutely ridiculous powers. Just
Yeah,
taken
he's a
with it.
bad I right?
Right. I guess
Like they had
we
to invent
played-
a magic rock to make
he's
him
a-
interesting.
we played it. They did. Well, they painted themselves in a corner, and so they didn't know what else to do to get themselves out of the corner.
Right.
Right.
Right,
I guess
but-
my point is like we played like pretty street level. Like, are there other levels? Are there
So if
levels, or
I-
is this game kind of just play on
Well,
that?
so let me just. So
I mean-
I'm looking at the brawler chart right now. So if I had tried to make a Superman-like character, what would I have done? First talent, I probably take either I take Mighty Leap. No, I probably take Extreme Conditioning. After Extreme Conditioning, I probably go Solid Footing just so I can do Repel Gravity in the next one to get to flying. Because that's a pretty important Superman.
Well, also
thing.
remember that Superman is level 20 for sure, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
I
you get
feel
2 full passes through there,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you only get one level 12 character, right? Level 12 power.
Yeah, that's right. But
But outside
I
of
guess-
that,
like
yeah.
I guess my
Yeah,
question is, but can you be more like 4-color and can you like be a little bit less defenders and a little bit more Avengers? You know what I mean? Like,
I think that has to
did
do
you guys
more
feel
with
like we were a little
the-
bit like on that comic scale?
It feels like maybe a way to like achieve that is also for the DM to like handle more reward cards and that allow you to do that sort of thing, you know? Because like
Yeah,
some of the most powerful things that we would do in our World and New
Yeah.
campaign were actually printed on reward cards, right? Like, sorry. So,
But
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is more like adventure themes than it is mechanics. Like if you
Mm.
compare the mechanics of what you were doing now versus what you were doing at like level 1, right? So
Yeah.
level 1, you're really
Hmm.
street level. And
Yeah,
if
good
you
point.
like you're doing something like a D8 plus 4 damage, right? Or if you're a DPS character, right? Like maybe plus 6, right? So let's say like a D8 plus 6 is your damage value compared to, you know, what you were doing now, especially, you know, like Merwin, right? What were your, you know, like if you're auto critting, you know, so Merwin is, let's see, is doing 2d6 plus 15, no, plus 18, right? So like you're doing enough in a single shot that you can probably make a first level character shaken with 1 hit.
My standard damage is a D8 plus a D10 plus 20.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so you can absolutely like from a
That's sick.
mechanical standpoint, like your level 16 basic attacks are enough to just take down a level 1 character. Just outright. So I think that if we like
Yes, I guess you grow into that power scale.
right, but I mean the other thing was because we did start at level 1, like, and we didn't have time to do kind of like like a real immersive story arc, right? We just kind of like took all these snapshots. I think that for one thing, I would not necessarily encourage people to always start at level 1, right? Just because like you don't always start with street level characters in any Superverse environment.
Oh yeah.
And so like if you're not baselining there, if that's not where like you come to understand your character, I think it is then easier because mechanically I think it's fine, right? Like especially if you think of, can we take down, you know, like swarms of you know, like robot drones? And the answer is yeah. Like at your level, like you know, you could fight 40 minions, right? Actually, you could do more than that. Like if you really capped it out, it'd be like,
I like that explanation. Like, hey, if you want this experience, start at level 10 or 12 or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
If you need that right off the gates.
Which
and I mean, the other thing with supers is
character.
What?
I think that's the thing to keep in mind. Is Superman and James Bond are never level 1 characters. You know what I mean?
They're already either super talented or super powerful.
Right.
That's
Maybe we could adjust the Fleischer Superman. Maybe was.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
still,
like he jumps real high,
and invulnerable, and you know.
I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah, the Fleischer Superman, like I said, he's still invulnerable and super strong and can fly and has, you know, X-ray vision. And I mean,
yeah,
it's still a really tricked out character.
Yeah. So yeah, like I feel like characters like that, you know, like this is a level 20 character, and it may even be like above that, right?
Yeah.
Like. So
yeah,
I'm not sure. I only heard part of that.
Oh, I was just saying, like Superman is definitely at least level 20, right? But I think if you wanted to make a Batman, you definitely could. If you wanted to make Flash, you definitely could. I think Dave is very close to just being the Flash right now.
I mean, I think I think my class is wrong, right? Like I go fast, but like probably the Flash isn't as bad. Isn't as like much into the whole bamboozling thing, but yeah, that you can I don't know. I actually don't know.
I feel like bamboozlement is important. Yeah.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, we were playing sort of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. You know, we were Miles Moralesing it up.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking. I remember when this all started, and I kind of posed the question that I was really bothered by was, how do you make Spider-Man? Is Spider-Man a realist?
Right.
And I think the answer is, really, you can make Spider-Man a bunch of different ways. You know?
Yeah.
So
because even Marco's character is kind of similar to Spider-Man.
Well, what I was going to say is, like, Marco's playing the opportunist version of the Flash.
Right.
And that's fine. But, you know, how many other different ways could you do the Flash? You know, someone who runs really fast and does stuff. There's probably a bunch of different classes that can do that. So
yeah, it's like.
But what I'm saying is, like, there's no reason why the method of Marco moving from one side of the map to the other isn't thwip, right?
Yeah.
Like that's just.
I guess all I'm saying is just there's not a right way to do the Flash.
Right.
There's not a right way to do Spider-Man. There's different ways of doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I think that's true. So I think that's largely a result of the talent trees being shared between classes. Is you can pick like what you want your job to be and how you want your secondary benefits to work, and kind of make them come together to be whatever concept represented however you want.
Right.
So that was an intended feature that I think we like. I think when we were starting this, like, I hadn't kind of figured out the talent trees, at least not nearly to the degree it finally ended up being like implemented as. So, okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't really have a plan for the next thing.
Okay.
So I guess we'll figure something out.
I mean, our big options that we had that we discussed were something along the lines of something new in SLAB, something new in War the New, or we reprise Steve's War the New campaign from with Hazel and those other guys that haven't been, I'm sure.
Hazel and who cares?
Whoever the fuck the rest of you people
And
are,
presumably
God,
some
I
other
can't be
characters.
bothered.
And those peons, but like that could be, but I mean those are our big three options, right? We don't need to decide right now which one.
I mean, if you guys are interested, I could pick up where Josh left off here, and we could ride these characters out to level 20. Since we're at a nice stopping point now.
I guess, okay. Do you want to be the next thing that we do to be more SLAB or more War than you? Let's start there, right? Because that is...
Some
I'm
SLAB
down
things
for
that I
either.
would like to see and play, for example, like Sweet Ride. Like, I want to see how you can... Like, how often do you get to use that vehicle, right? Like, I'm curious.
On Tuesdays.
Like, I'm very curious about Sweet Ride.
That's a great.
So I would like to see
context
some of these
quote.
other talent trees get used.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody has like a thing that they want to run, like we can start at whatever level, and like I just don't have a next concept in mind, and if anyone else does want to run something, like it would probably be instructive for me to actually like go through the process of like building a character and playing a character and seeing if I could achieve what I wanted to achieve.
Games. That isn't a bad idea though, either. I can think about it. I mean, superheroes usually my jam, but
yeah,
I don't know if I can devote into 2 games. Maybe.
It's a big commitment. So that's
We'll
the
see.
other thing, right? Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll keep the Hangouts chat open.
As always.
Have Matt
Yep.
have Matt do it.
Yeah, we can rope Matt into it somehow.
Yeah,
just
he's
trick
like a
him.
fledgling DM.
I'm not running shit.
Just start sneaking game guides under his door.
Just like
He wakes up, and every time he wakes up, the DM screen is getting a little closer.
I ran a game for the Nightmare Millennials at work. That was enough.
Is Nightmare Millennial a subset of Millennial?
It was frustrating in many ways.
Are you not a millennial?
I'm 46
there's
years
some good
old.
Stories
You're
out of that.
46? Good lord. Take very good care of yourself.
I'll be 47
Nice.
in November. Yeah.
You are the second person that I have talked to today about how you do not look even close to your age.
I will take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Man. Wow.
There you go.
The world's been hard on me. A lot of people
Steve
at
was
work,
52.
a lot of people at work think that me and my coworker Jay are the same age because we started at JYF at the same time, and he is 48 years old. I'm 34.
Yeah, old school, I guess.
wait, Steve's only 2 years older than me? What?
Yes, Steven and I went to high school together.
I don't know what your age is, Josh. I've always assumed you were some sort of preacher.
At some point in the last 5 years, I'm sure it came up that you and I are like 2 years separate mage.
Yeah, but it doesn't like.
Am I? I think I'm 1 year older than Arjun. Is that right?
I am 1 year older than Arjun, so like.
Okay, yeah, something like that. I like. In any case, all of us were like approximately within a couple of years, like all fine.
Not all of us come from.
Yeah, but
No,
like
all of the people that I was playing Magic with at my house, which was me and Marco, and like, well, I guess like
no, everybody else was like an undergrad, right? Like Zach's like tiny. Oh, did you know that Zach finished 22nd at the last Pro Tour? Actually,
I did know that. Know that. Yeah, but he's like a tiny baby. I wasn't counting him.
Yeah. But like Brett's also a tiny baby. He's the same. He's like what?
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
But also, you guys are like adults, right? Like graduate student.
Graduate
I
student,
love,
like the
I
graduate
love how
student from
no
that
matter
movie.
how old you are, if you're a grad student, you're just grad student age. Like
Grad student is a certain amount of it, you know. Trying to fight off reality.
It's a state of mind.
No, you can't have me. I'm still in school.
There was like I had a professor for soils, William Cullen Sherwood, and he was like 83 years old when I was there, and he always used to talk about his daughter, and I was like, in my head she was like 12. And he was like, yeah, I just got this new soils paper that my daughter published. And I was like,
Hold on.
Right, your daughter's probably like 50-something, an accomplished scientist, not like a literal child doing finger painting.
His daughter is the Mozart of soil work. It's the dirt Mozart.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on the note of dirt Mozart, call it an evening.
Works for me.
Have a good night.
All right.
Have a good night,
See you later,
everybody.
everybody.
Everybody stay healthy.
Bye.
Hey, talk to you next time. Bye.
Hi.
And then there were two.
Yep. Keeps happening.
So what are you streaming tonight?
I am not sure. I'm probably gonna see if my friends Tim and JP want to play some Grim Dawn. If they're around, we're gonna play some Grim Dawn, which is a game I think you would enjoy. It's like this Diablo-like with.
I think I've heard of it.
It's like this Diablo-like, but it has kind of this Victorian horror theme.
Okay.
So there's like, you know, people with hats and like, you know, the flintlock guns shooting at
Okay, so like
shooting at horrifying monsters.
Slightly like steampunk kinda.
Well, no. It's not steampunk because it's like. Well, it's not steampunk because it doesn't look like things are like crazy, right? Like there's magic, obviously,
Gotcha.
but like things look plausible. Like the gun that you're holding looks like a normal gun.
Right. The only thing that's weird is all the supernatural shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is actually one that is like more heavily steampunk in terms of theming, a Diablo-like. I mean, which is the series is called Torchlight. I think that they have the third game coming up like right now. Actually,
Oh,
let
nice.
me say.
Torchlight, you said?
Yeah.
You know what I think
Torchlight
that
3.
they need to do more work with is I had so much fun playing Far Cry Primal, and that is such an untapped like era for video games. But they worked it out really well.
When did Far Cry Primal come out?
That was probably like 7 years ago. No, it can't have been that long ago. Maybe like 5 years ago. But I mean, it's based off of, you know, it's a Far Cry game. You do the same things that you do in a Far Cry game.
You do the Far Cry things?
But it's like 10,000 BC. And
right,
like,
no, I remember
that just opens up like so many possibilities where like you can basically do all of the same stuff that you do in Modern Warfare, You just have to figure out ways of making it make sense in 10,000 BC. So, you have like a psychic connection with an owl, and that becomes your drone.
Nice.
So you can fly over encampments and mark targets and stuff. And depending on how good you get at beast taming, you can like ride saber-toothed tigers and mastodons and stuff. And it's just cool. Like it was a fun space to inhabit, and it was a nice like breath of fresh air from the same old fantasy setting, because it's like essentially you are functionally doing the same things that you would do in a fantasy setting, right? You have spears, you have bows, you have fantasy type weaponry, but it's 10,000 BC, and so because of that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it becomes this very like almost literal kind of fantasy, where it's that great, it sort of exists in that great little gray space between like, yeah, this is mostly stuff that actually happened, but we're also going to give you psychic connections to owls and like shamanistic spiritual journeys.
It feels it's a lot closer to like a fantasy world, like it could be like Conan's, right? Where like
yes, yeah, the like action fantasy, like He-Man, Conan kind of thing. But at the same time, like what I like about it is it was very, it's sort of modern in its sensibilities, where they kind of moved away from the like pure, just I'm a gigundo barbarian, and more towards like the survival elements, so like picking things, crafting things, those kinds of mechanics were really important in that game, and it was really fun. And they were like these big beast hunts, and like there's something that really increases the tension, even if it's not mechanically harder to kill an animal with a bow or a spear. There's something that increases the tension of knowing that you only have 4 spears in your bag.
Right, because
So
checks out.
They make them really overpowered. I mean, if you hit somebody with one of those spears, they're pretty much dead. Like anywhere in the vitals, they're gone. But you have a limited number of them that you can carry. So you kind of have to think your way through the combat a little bit more. You can't just blow everything up, And that's one of the things that I found very recently about the most recent Far Cry games, is they really started to get better about what's the word I'm looking for? Like making it just ridiculous and over the top enough that you were still having a great time, but also like, yeah, it was this beautiful balance between taking itself seriously enough that it told a good story, but also being willing to be completely ridiculous. And those two things were like in 2 parallel columns that were running along with the plot. Right. So in Far Cry 5, you're talking about cult leaders and like militia and like the dangers of like evangelical indoctrination strategies and like all kinds of different crazy crap, and like survivalist cults and stuff. But at the same time, there was, in one of the missions, you go out and you like harvest bull testicles so that the town can have its testy festy, where it eats lots of bull testicles to sort of bring the community together. I love that kind of juxtaposition within a game, because I hate a game that's just serious all the time, that kind of like grim dark bull crap. It's just boring.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I get exhausted playing games like that.
Yeah, no. I love games that can have their moments of whimsy occasionally. Like I'm 100% with you there. It's like,
I mean, even sorry, go ahead.
it doesn't need to be silly all the time, but like I think that it's important for games to have moments of comedic relief,
Well,
even though
because it's about pacing. You know, if you have a game that's just serious and dark from end to end, then it's very ignorable. You know, you just get used to it being serious and dark, and then it doesn't mean anything. You know.
yeah.
Whereas the other games where you're allowed to have a little bit of fun, you're allowed to have those moments of humor, it breaks it up and then it makes the serious stuff actually feel more real. And not just like, yeah, we're gonna throw in a bunch of serious stuff so that you take us seriously, which is the worst reason to make something dark.
Okay. Why? This is where I try to run Grimdor on my computer, but I cannot capture it for whatever reason because some recent update just completely screwed over.
Weren't you having that same problem the last time you were streaming? Or
Uh,
is this a brand new problem?
no, I mean, there's been a recent update to. There's been a recent update to Windows, I think, that just bricked a bunch of my audio settings or my video settings, and now it does not seem to be able to capture. To capture the screen anymore, and it's real annoying. We were capturing earlier, so I know that part of the problem is solved, but it's apparently not the whole thing. And it's made streaming any game whatsoever real unfortunate. Now, this one in this specific case isn't capturing anything at all, so I kind of think that the problem is different in this case, but
the joys of computer gremlins.
yeah, this is. I had it set up so that everything worked, and now obviously it doesn't anymore because, for obvious reasons, Windows updating just bricked everything, and I don't understand. And it's just real unfortunate. Okay. My friend Tim says get wrecked scrub, which I mean he's not wrong.
Oh, my bones.
Okay. Video. How about we do that? Well, that helps in that sense. It helps with that. Let's figure out exactly. Let's try to add a source. Let's try to do it from scratch, shall we? Game capture. Add a new source instead. Add source. Capture specific window. You don't capture anything. Great. Is it a problem of where this is? What if I go to the options of video and they go windowed, and then just move this here. Now I think it's a matter of where the... Oh, right, because of that. What if I did this, though? Capture method, yeah. Client area? What does client area mean? Okay, so this works, though. What if I put it back here? It still works. I am confused, but I am glad that I found a solution.
Seems reasonable.
Okay. Options. Video. Windowed borderless. Okay. You know what? Sure. We will call it a success. Alright, Steve. It sounds like I got everything working, so I'm gonna I'm gonna just connect with the people that I'm gonna be playing this game with. But yeah, like
man.
if you go to my stream, like you can see what the aesthetics of the game are.
Absolutely, man.
It's like, I mean, my character right now looks like Scorpio, which is not, but...
Alright, well, have a good night. Good luck with your game.
Alright, I will see you next Tuesday. We should try to figure out what we're gonna do next with the...
Who's gonna do what? Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. Matt will take care of it. Don't worry about it. Alright, man. Talk to you next time. Bye. Have a good night.